Today we review KALAUTO's Emoji Smart Bike Light. Hello legends and super legends, welcome to Veloharmony. In today's review, I want to introduce a product that I came across that I really like. It's that time of the year where the days are shorter in this part of the world, and so you're going to run into darkness, or you start your rides this kind of dark. Even in the summer, we usually start very early anyway. So I always have lights on my bike. And it's nice to get some variation. I want to introduce you to this light. They call it a Emoji. That's what the name is. I'm hoping the camera can do justice. But the light comes with a couple of different ways to attach it. One is kind of a bit of a, I don't know, it's kind of a hassle. You have to use like twist ties. I'll show you in a little bit. But this is the light itself. I chose to use this attachment that, this is an option. But basically, you just saw I turned it. It uses almost like a GoPro attachment style, like that. But it has its own proprietary size, so you can't just use it on a standard GoPro, even though the design is similar. They have these where you can put on the saddle rails. My only issue with this is you have to use, they have holes on them. There are holes on the wings. These don't snap onto the rails. So you gotta use, they included the twist ties. You gotta use twist ties to hold it on the rails. I didn't want to put all of that on my bike. So what I chose to do was use this attachment, which comes separately in the box. And all you do is you put it on the GoPro attachment, and then it has the little clip. Now, if you have a time trial bike or so forth, that with a wide seat post, this will not fit. This will fit the standard round seat post that we have. So you just hook that on there. I like that. It's easy. It's angled to where when you put it on the bike, the light will be up. You can see how they've got that indentation and there's a slope. So when you put it on your C2, you can orient it to where it's directly, easily visible to the following road user. So the way I mount mine is this way. The slope is there because when you put it on the bike, you want this to be up, and you also want the button on top that you control the functions with to be on top. It's easier to do than bottom. Underneath here, there's a flap for you to charge it, and it uses a USB-C cable that also is included in there for you to charge the light. I've got an attachment and I've got another USB-C, so I want to show you a few things before I begin to show you the functions. So this is a USB-C on an extension cord. I put a longer cord on there to allow me to do this. But basically, when you plug this in, you can see how it looks when it's charging. I'm hoping the camera can reproduce it. It has the shape of a battery, and then it gives you the current charge in like a yellow color within the red border. And it's gonna keep doing that until it reaches the top. Then it just stops and it's stationary when it's fully charged. So it doesn't need to be fully charged for you to use it, and it comes partially charged. I've already tested it and used it. It does, for a change, follow the recommended duration of use in here. So it lasts a very long time. It's really, really reliable. It's not one of those that's gonna conk out on you and so forth. What I wanna show you is that I'm gonna unplug the charging cable, goes off. If you want to know the charge at any time, this is the little button on the top. You just push that and let go. It gives you the picture of the battery and it shows your charge. To turn the light on, you want to hold it for 3 seconds. Literally count 1001, 1002, 1003. It comes on. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping the camera can replicate that. It goes through and it shows some of the functions on here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you there are 2 features. You saw how it went from this face, that's like a skull face there, and it went to the solid red. Well, depending on which mode you set it in, it's in smart mode right now, I believe. Depending on which mode you set it in, it does different things. So for example, if you want to change the mode, you will hold this button on the top for 2 seconds. And it's important that you time it. Literally 1001, 1002. If you go any longer, it turns the light off. To turn the light off is 3 seconds. So I'm going to hold it for 2 seconds. 1001, 1002. I'm going to let it go. You saw how it went yellow first? That going yellow initially basically told me that it was in smart mode. When it goes red, I'm going to do it again. 1001, 1002. I let it go. It blinked red first. Red means it's in what they call blinking mode. Basically, it's always going to be blinking in whatever. So if I go through the pattern here, whatever I choose, like I went to a heart, then it switched to a square. It's always going to be blinking. So if you want the light to blink continuously in whatever mode you're in, then you will put it in the blinking mode. See what it's doing there? That's really neat. It's like it expands. It does different things depending on which. Each time you push it, it changes the selection. Once you select your mode, look at that. Very visible. This one's a spinning wheel like that you have at a circus. I'm hoping the camera can reproduce it. Let's go to, that's a smiley face emoji. That's why they call it a B-moji. It's like a bike emoji light, B-moji. And we hold it for 2 seconds. 1001, 1002, let it go. The first flash was red. That means it's in blinking mode. I'm going to do it again. 1001, 1002, let it go. Yellow. The first yellow flash tells me it's in smart mode. So basically anything I choose, any function I choose, the light will decide based on the ambient temperature or whether you're slowing down to go brighter and so forth and so on. So it's really neat. If you don't want to think about it, you can put it in what I call the smart mode, which is what it's in. If it's super bright, it will decide how much luminance to give you and all of that. If you want the light to do the thinking for you, depending on what kind of riding you're doing. I'm going through the modes. The modes are the same, whether you're in smart or full blinking mode or constant blinking mode. But as you go through, it does not decide when you're in constant blinking mode when to go off and go on. Because we're in smart mode, see it went off right there, it switched to the red. It's important that you time it. 1, 2, 3, comes on. Then you want to know what mode it's in. You can go 1001, 1002, let it go. It flashed yellow, then it went red. That means it's in smart mode. 1001, 1002, let it go. It went red, then it went yellow. If red comes first, it's constant blinking mode. If yellow comes first, then it's in smart mode. It's a really neat light. Okay, that's the heart. So this is a good replication. Let me do it from here, because this kind of lets you know what I am seeing. And there is no lighting other than the bike. See that heart? Now, I'm going to change to another mode. This is a good range. Good. That's the pulse. It's almost like a pulsing. Very effective. Here. There we go. Good. That's a good replication there. That's the skull face. I'm going to keep this right here and go through, because this seems to give me, okay, that's the heart. It's pulsing. Very effective. And that's the pulsing square. There's a square around the middle is actually red, but it looks yellow in the replication. That small square is actually red. And that's the wheel. That looks really good, like a Ferris wheel. I want to see the smiley face. Yes, the smiley face. Let's see if I come closer. Now, it doesn't show me the red eyes and lips. The yellow kind of washes out everything. But that one, imagine those holes are red. Where you see the mouth and the eyes, they're red. That is cool. The eyes and the mouth are red, not yellow. They look kind of white right there. I just got as close as I could. But anyhow, you can't go wrong. It's very well priced. The link will be in the video, but I think that you should get yourself a copy.